I do want to talk because we kind of opened the door to talking about presuming competence, and I want to talk a little bit about that, especially in the world that we live in, where you can go anywhere and you see toddlers on devices, But oftentimes when it comes to people we think could be a candidate for AAC, we often think like, oh, they're not ready yet. So that
Mhm.
child that you saw in the daycare, because he wasn't interacting immediately, it could have been presumed like he's not ready. He's not a candidate for any type of a high-tech device. But I think sometimes a lot of children are left out or not considered because of what we presume.
And so, you already mentioned there's so many limiting beliefs that we have, sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously, about what individuals with disabilities can do. And so we have this presumption that, oh, this is too technical, this is too advanced, this is too complex, which are speech language pathologists that would not give her daughter access to high-tech robust AAC. Like, we have a choice to either be the professional that believes in a student's potential and puts the right types of technology and supports in front of them and presumes that they can learn with enough time and the right support.
Yeah.
Um, or conversely, like, we can just write it off and just say they're not ready, or it's too complex, or they're not old enough, or they don't have, XYZ prerequisite.
Right.
And, in my clinical work, I've never met a student that wasn't ready. But sometimes it takes a long time. And again, without the belief that this student will learn how to communicate, we're setting them up for failure before we even try. We
Yeah.
have to have that belief of potential in order to have any success.
I do think that in my experiences, I don't want to make a general statement for everyone, but in my experience, when I did work in schools, I also found that the more insecure a therapist felt about his or her knowledge in AAC, the more likely they were going to say, he's not ready or she's not ready. Felt like those two things were often very closely aligned.